Okay, so T-Mobile seems to be the odd one out in this particular instance. Lumen set to potentially be acquired by AT&T. According to some analysts, I don't want to say it's me, this is not my terminology, but they are saying that this could spell doom for T-Mobile. All right, now what they're referring to is the fact that both Verizon and AT&T have very sizable fiber networks. They have residential fiber, they have business-grade fiber, they have enterprise-grade fiber. They are buying fiber. They're installing fiber. They're doing all of those things. Meanwhile, T-Mobile is new to this game. They're new to wireline operations. They, have I guess, put themselves in a position to start acquiring assets to be fiber owners, right? So Lumos, Metronet, very, very small scale. Partnerships with Tillman, Pilot Fiber in New York. These are like little, small kind of baby steps into the industry. Meanwhile, the other guys are monsters. You look at the scale of Verizon Fios and how many passable addresses there are, and you look at the scale of AT&T Fiber and the power of that BlackRock joint venture. You just think about all those things. And now Verizon has acquired Frontier, and AT&T potentially, I guess it's going to happen, acquiring Quantum Fiber Lumen. T-Mobile seems like the odd one out, according to analysts. And if indeed the convergence piece is as substantial and major as the carriers are telling us, by convergence talking about having, wireless service and wireline as, getting your customer sticky, and together with those services, it basically ensures you get the customer and you keep them long time. That like all these things that they've been telling us, these analysts are saying that T-Mobile's in trouble. Because, AT&T understands the convergence. Verizon understands the convergence. If T-Mobile understands it too, then losing out on Lumen, this is the last large, small operator. Like, there is no company that they can buy that's going to have 5 million passable addresses and 1 million customers, that sort of stuff. Like, everything's going to be tiny and small. And even if they were to do a bunch of transactions, it would be a limited impact. So check this out, right? On the screen, you have this map. The purple part is where you have the Lumen Quantum Fiber. And then the pink part is where AT&T has their native AT&T Fiber, right? The Uverse Fiber, whatever they want to call it. You see that it's where AT&T Fiber isn't. There is a lot of that. Okay, so it adds territory. It adds the ability for the convergence to get the customer on multiple services. That creates a sticky customer. It creates a long-time customer. It increases ARPU, or I should say ARPA, the account basis. There's all these benefits. And T-Mobile's on the outside looking in. How is T-Mobile going to address churn when these customers are looking to be sticky, right, and have multiple services? T-Mobile's not going to be able to match what AT&T and Verizon have, which is 40 plus million passable addresses with fiber. Fiber always wins. Fiber's taking all these customers. If fiber has the best and guarantee of service, it's got the best uptime, it's got the best speeds, it's all those things, right? It's the best, right? There is no superior technology. So these analysts are painting a story that shows that T-Mobile is missing out. This was their opportunity to seize a large, small fiber builder. And there probably isn't a version of this where, T-Mobile can actually recover from this. Look, I don't know where Mike Sievert is, but after reading this article and looking at this imaging and hearing what these analysts have to say, it makes you wonder where the hell Mike Sievert's been. Maybe he has been trying to snag Lumen away, pry Lumen away from AT&T. Maybe. I wonder. It would be good to be a fly on the wall sometimes and to see what goes on behind closed doors. But man, these analysts paint a pretty disappointing picture. So if you're a fan of T-Mobile, if you've been rooting for them, if you've followed their story and have been looking forward to them becoming a bigger, better company, I guess this could be viewed as a setback. But what do you guys think? What's your take? Drop me some comments. Let me know what you think about these analyst sentiments and how they perceive T-Mobile's place as a convergence play, now up against it versus recently much larger Verizon with Frontier and Fios, AT&T now potentially with Lumen and their own fiber build and gigapower. Man, it does seem like a pretty daunting task. I think AT&T nailed it here, and if they were able to pry this away from T-Mobile and snag that opportunity from, man, this is big. Anyways, what do you think's gonna happen? Tell me. Give me your predictions. It'll be interesting to read what you guys have to say. Like, share, subscribe, check out some more of our videos. We'll see you guys on the next one.